Hey guys, welcome to Eufaula Artalks. We are here at the studio on Main, and we are going to have our interview again today. We appreciate you guys joining us, and I have a very special guest today, and I'm very, very excited because I've actually seen her perform, and she's wonderful, and I love seeing new young talent. And I want to introduce you guys to Kallie, Medley, and wow, that's a kind of an appropriate name.
Yeah, it is. It worked out really well.
So, well, thank you for being with us here today.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Actually, you probably know that we started this series because of the whole pandemic and how it was affecting the arts and all that stuff. And we've been talking to a lot of different artists about and different mediums of art, and so we appreciate you being here today because man, you have a lot of things going on.
You can say that again.
Now tell me a little bit, let's talk a little bit about your background. You're from where originally?
I was born in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and I lived there for the first 14 or so years of my life, and then we moved out close to Coram. I didn't start singing until I was about 14 or 15. I sang my whole life actually, but I had massive stage fright, and no one could get me on stage up until that point. So
see, anybody, if you just have to do it, right? Yeah. So, what would your words of encouragement be to somebody that's afraid of performing in any type, but then?
Honestly, prayer is probably the biggest thing that helped me get over that, and just keep on doing it. Don't stop. Just keep forcing yourself to. Eventually you'll get comfortable being terrified. Because I'm still terrified. I still shake. I like to joke that I have a vibrato that only shows up when I sing on stage because I'm usually shaking so bad. But if you just keep doing it, you'll learn to get past it because you enjoy it.
Well, you know, and I hear that from a lot of artists, and it's pretty common actually, even with celebrities. That that is common, but you just work through it and do what you love. Yeah. You know, so you said you started when you were about 14, and you're what now?
I'm almost 21, actually. Next month.
Really?
Yes.
You are a young-looking 21. That's good then. Take that as a compliment.
In music, it's really good.
Well, you were talking about where you're from, and you've been living. Did you graduate from?
I was homeschooled.
You were homeschooled?
I was homeschooled, yes. From kindergarten to graduation.
Okay, all right. So, but you have been making some tracks back and forth to this little place called Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about that.
We started doing that. My mom and I, actually, she's the one that drives me. I probably wouldn't have done it without her. We started about 3 or 4 years ago, I guess, going back and forth. We started with open mics, and then some of the hosts and some of the venues started booking me for regular dates.
Nice.
And so we were going for one gig, and then now we've gotten it up to multiple gigs, and I go up there for studio time. And
now, have you recorded?
I have, yes.
Okay.
I have.
Tell me about that.
I have. I've recorded both here and in Nashville. Funny story, the person I used here is Louis Drapp, and he's actually the one who recorded all of Hanson's music.
Oh.
And then I've recorded with a few different studios in Nashville. We're kind of trying out because I don't know what genre I am yet, and of course different producers have different styles that they're better at, so you can't use one for country and pop. You have to use different ones. So I'm kind of all over the place right now. But
yeah. Well, okay, that was going to be my next question. Where do you consider yourself, and what's your favorite?
My favorite, I don't even know if I have a favorite. I grew up on so many different styles of music that I'm kind of influenced by a little bit of everything. My joke is that if it's good, I write it, no matter what genre it is. But I tend to fall in the conglomeration of country, some country pop, Americana, folk, Christian.
Nice.
mashed up
Nice.
mixture of that.
Well, when you think of Nashville, I guess you think of country.
Yeah.
But I guess there's
That's
really,
what dominates for sure.
Yeah, but there's a lot more than that.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there's
It-
so much.
Yeah. Now, see, I learned that from watching the TV series Nashville.
Yes.
No.
It's actually not a bad representation, so
Yeah, Nashville's pretty interesting. I've been there a couple of times. So, when you go out, do you have a place there? Do you just
we
go
have
for a
our
short time, or-
we have our camper in a friend's driveway that we actually met at a songwriters thing, and we keep it there hooked up. And so it's a 10-hour drive, so I take one day, I drive in, and then I think the longest I've stayed is 3 weeks at a time. But I try to balance it going back and forth since all my family's here.
Well, that's very admirable because you're paying your dues, and that's what you have to do. Now, you guys look out for this girl, and you're going to get to hear. Now, what you're going to sing later, is that an original?
Yes.
Okay. And she's going places. She's going to be our next big. She's going to put Eufaula on the map. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I talk about you guys all the chance I get. I love everyone here. So.
Well, no, let's see. I saw you at Eufaula's Got Talent. Yeah. And did you win?
I did win 1 year.
Okay. I thought you were
2017.
past.
Yes,
thought
I
you
won in
were
2017.
past. Yeah. I saw you. My grandkids were there.
Oh.
They were in it. So, but you were performing there.
Yeah, I performed this year and the year before last just as a guest. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, and that's really encouraging for the young people that are participating in the contest. So, I really think that you have a lot of potential, and I think that you are a great role model for our young people. And I love to see young people in art, and I hope that you become involved with the Arts Council, because we need young blood, and we need that to get out. Get the word out and get more people involved, especially the young people, because it's a dying art.
It is. It's awful.
Well, people look at it more as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're doing is you want this to be your livelihood, right?
Yeah.
And what's your goal? What would you like to accomplish?
A lot of people that are starting, they're like, oh, I want to be famous. I don't really want to be famous. I just really kind of just want to make a living at what I do, and all of my stuff tends to be pretty wholesome and uplifting, and so I just want to be able to help people through it, and it's all for God's glory. I just want to send His message out and do what I can. But awesome. I don't need fame or fortune. Honestly, it's terrifying.
Have you ever thought about doing any of the what's the big
American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent? I have sent in video auditions for all three, and actually a few days ago I just did a live virtual audition for The Voice, and they did not accept it. So at this point I'm just waiting for another live in-person audition, because I think if there's any way I'm gonna get on, that's the way to do it, because you have to audition for the audition for the audition. So it's a ridiculous process to even get to the judges.
Well, a lot of it's been affected by the pandemic.
It has.
Right?
It really has.
How has that affected you personally? The whole COVID-19.
Well, all of my gigs completely disappeared. I came back from Nashville in December, and I didn't go back until last month, because everybody shut down between COVID and the tornado that they had.
Oh yeah.
Everything was just closed and done. All my gigs around here were closed. I did not leave my house for probably 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
So, and we've all got new hobbies at home.
Yes.
Well, tell me about some upcoming gigs. You've got some things coming up next week.
I have a gig at Extreme RV Resorts on this upcoming Friday at 6 p.m. It's free. That's the best part.
All right.
I'll be playing poolside, which it's going to be so hot, but I'm excited. And then I don't know what else. I don't know what else I have coming up locally, but I do have stuff going on in Nashville.
So
I
you're
leave
going
on
back.
Sunday.
Oh, you're going back to Nashville soon.
Yes,
Exciting.
I go for a week.
All right. So what do you got going on there?
I have 2, possibly 3 studio appointments. One to finish up one I started on the last trip, and the others just to do some new stuff because I'm working on new releases. And then I am still booking gigs. I'm still trying to get different gigs there. But so those will just be for exposure, and because I had to cancel 2 on my last trip because I came down with strep and I had to come home early.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, now when you say you're recording, and some people may not understand this, and does that mean that you're getting stuff together for an album, or have you released anything
I
yet?
have released some stuff, but it's outdated because, well, as a songwriter, you learn that you have to rewrite your stuff. It's not perfect on the first try, and so we spent a lot of money recording and releasing, and then now have rewritten most of those songs. So we're working on re-recording. We are trying to get stuff together for an album, but before you put out an album as an artist, you start with singles to tease the album. And so we are getting together singles to start doing a full-on release schedule.
So are you signed with anybody, or
No.
What would be your like prime? I could sign with.
Honestly, I don't know. I love Capitol Music. That's where a lot of my Christian artists that I love are signed.
Sure.
Curb. I don't care. I'm not picky.
Well, we're gonna put it out there in the
Curb,
universe,
Capitol
and we're gonna
Records.
send out prayers, and
Be
we're
great.
gonna, someone is going to discover you. Okay, tell me about your professional model horse customizer.
Well, in addition to music, I paint and draw, and I have loved horses since I was like 2. And there's a line of collectible model horses called Briar.
Oh yeah.
And just in the last few years, I have discovered that there is a slew of people who take scratched and beat up ones and give them new paint jobs, and they resculpt them and they resell them. And so there's a lot of money in that. It's kind of surprising. But so I have found that that's where like my biggest love is I repaint the model horses, and then you can actually show them too, like you show dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty interesting the different levels you can find, because I've been collecting briars since I was really little, but I never knew that there was so much more. So yes, I do commissions. So if anybody wants your favorite horse from when you're a kid painted, let me know.
Okay. And that's our cue to say, if you want to contact Kallie or get any information, first of all, you can go to the Eufaula Area Arts Facebook page, and we'll have all that information there. But do you have a website? Or?
I do. It is KallieMedley.com. And my name is spelled with a K if you go to look it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, see, I didn't know that too. Okay. Well, awesome. So you guys go and check out her Facebook, and you have an Instagram page?
I do. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. I think I have Twitter now. I think. But you can find all of that and music and YouTube on my website, or just search my name. Something will come up.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, now you're going to get a chance to hear Kallie sing and see what a wonderful performer she is. And I want to thank you for coming out and joining us today. We're going to let you kind of close out the show today. But before we do, I want to let you guys know that next week, next Tuesday at 1 o'clock, we're going to be interviewing Lynn Melton. And she's a extraordinary lady, and
I saw her work on the wall here. It's
yes.
amazing. I'm about to buy some.
So, is there anything that you want to say before I turn you over to your music? Let's see. August. Something big's happening in August.
Yes. I'm turning 21.
Yay!
I'm excited about that, and I'm starting my surgical tech program, which is pretty much just my backup for music, because music is fluid on money making, so I have to have a backup. So it's like one of my second dream job is surgical tech. So
cool. Well, and hopefully one day that'll be just a hobby, and your music will be.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
You mentioned something about a logo. It was designed.
Yes, my logo, which you'll find on my on everything of mine, pretty much was designed by local artist. local student actually, and Tristan Burns. Goodness, my brain, I'm not good at thinking. And a lot of my photography that you'll see was done by Lizzie Grantham. She's amazing. If you ever need photos done, you should contact her. Same with Tristan and the logos.
Great. Well, thank you for coming out, and you're an inspiration, not just to me, but I'm sure to a lot of young people. And if any parting words that you want to share about?
Other than thank you for giving me this opportunity, and this place is amazing. If you haven't been here and met these people, you need to do so.
There you go. All right, you want to grab your guitar? I'm going to give you your space here. And see everybody next week.
I meant to ask you one or two. One?
We'll see how we do with time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I don't have a pick. That's fine. Just realized that.
Okay. Finger picking.
Yeah, it's easier said than done half the time. This one that I'm gonna play is one I wrote with a friend in Nashville, as well as my mom, who is my co-writer, one of many. It's called Son of a Gun. It's one that will be released at some point. Not sure when yet. You were born out of Oklahoma ground. Said you hadn't seen me around town. Shot you dead when I turned around. What your sights on now? Taking whiskey shots, boy, you talk a lot. Your loaded mouth is gonna get taught. You can take your aim, but can you not? Why don't you give it a second thought? You're the son of a Smith, your mama was a Wesson. I ain't talking practice, boy, this ain't no lesson. Why don't you turn over safety if you're so dang trigger happy? You little son of a gun. Maybe we could be a double barrel. Get a grip, but maybe hard to handle. Say roulette, this is pure survival. Time to stop living in denial. You're the son of a snake. Your mama was a Wesson. I ain't target practice, boy, this ain't no lesson. Why don't you turn over safety if you're so dang trigger happy? You little son of a gun. We're in the crossfire. It's too late to take cover. You're the son of a Smith, your mama was a Wesson. I ain't target practice, boy, this ain't no lesson. Why don't you turn over safety if you're so dang trigger happy? You little son of a gun.
I think we could do one more. That was great. You guys stick around or not, but let's have one more, Kallie,
I can do that.
and we'll finish out today.
Let's see. Where is it? Oi! I'm so sorry, but I've got a string that is off, and it's disturbing me. And believe me, your ears wouldn't like it either.
That's all right. It happens. This is live.
That works. Okay, there we go. This next one is actually an old one. That's a true story about my my family in Vermont. It's called "Burn It Down." It's a love song called "Burn It Down." down.
All right. Yay, Kallie,
Thank
Medley,
you so much.
everybody. If you want to hear more, go check her out at KallieMedley.com, and that's with a K. And you can catch her this Friday night at Extreme RV Resorts here in Eufaula at 6 p.m. Thanks again, girl.
Thank you.
Loved it.